Hello, everyone. My name is Louis Scicli, and I want to welcome you to the show. Our show will cover local news, local events, and politics. Please look for news shows every week on our website and Facebook page. We want to thank everyone for your ongoing support, and we hope you enjoy the show. Good morning, everyone. I'm with Ann Parker this morning, and we have Ann back in with us today. We're trying to put these podcasts out as much as possible, at least once a week. And Ann's here today with some more great information for us. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Ann and let her take it away.
Well, thank you, Louis. Always a pleasure to be here. And hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am or haven't heard my name or seen my signs, right? My name's Ann Parker, and I'm running for Campbell County School Board in the Timberlake District. We do have early voting open already at the registrar's office in Campbell County, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. Would love to see you down there to vote. Would also love some volunteers, anyone who has a flexible schedule. We have some flyers to hand out to help our write-in candidates for Campbell County, and I'll kind of wrap up at the end with those names and information. For Rustburg and Brookneal school districts, we have an opportunity to get conservatives on the school board and hopefully not hopefully, once all three of us are on there and elected, we will be a backstop against Richmond. Absolutely, 100%. I did want to mention just some, other calendar events that I would love to encourage any citizens of Campbell County to attend. Tonight is the Board of Supervisors meeting. They meet in the Harborer building, which is right beside the registrar's office in Rustburg. The meeting starts at 6 p.m. tonight. I highly encourage folks to get involved. Everything that's happening right now, you've heard me say before, I am 100% convinced is an exercise to shake us awake and to get we the people involved in our local, state, and federal governments instead of just trusting whoever is elected to make decisions and tell us how to live. So please, I don't care what you were going to watch on TV tonight. I just mentioned to someone when I was grabbing a drink my ginger ale before I came in this morning, even I have said a million times, I cannot wait to get home and turn on some mindless TV.
Yeah.
We've all said it. Because unfortunately, we've been conditioned to think that and say that. The Board of Supervisors meeting, the school board meetings are way more important than anything, especially with TiVo and streaming, right? And Devo, whatever, DVRs. Yeah. No one really has any excuse not to attend. You can bring your children. We really need to know what's going on locally so that we can be a voice.
And that's the key. We need to get out and take the initiative to find out what's going on in our communities and in our schools. Because right now, we're blindsided with what's been going on. Mm-hmm. So now's the time to really get out and see what's going on and get involved in the communities and go to these meetings.
Please.
We do. We harp on this a lot. So we got
no one, including me. So I don't want anyone to think that I am not just like all of you. I did not know what district I lived in.
That's right. Me either.
I did not know who my Board of Supervisors representative was or who my school board representative was. Don't be ashamed of this. Again, this is all the madness that's happening out there is to draw attention to how uninvolved we are.
It's a learning curve for everyone.
It is, yeah. And I'm just so encouraged. More and more people, more and more grassroots movements and groups and supporting each other across county lines. I know it sounds kind of crazy to say that, but, Bedford County folks come to our school board meetings. We have folks go to theirs, Lynchburg City as well, Amherst, Appomattox. We really need to take care of each other here in Central Virginia.
You know what I've noticed, not since before we started all running for these positions, I've never seen the kind of involvement
you haven't.
From people like us that are involved in getting out to running for these positions, but we're seeing more and more community and parents and people getting involved more now than I've ever seen.
And I'm pleased to announce, and I know you've seen it too, more and more churches are finally standing up and getting involved, even if it's just to encourage their parishioners to learn more about their local candidates. Mm-hmm. You don't have to actually endorse anyone, just encourage them to get involved, to volunteer, and to learn more about what's going on in their communities.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, really dig in the turnouts.
Oh yeah, it's totally like I said, when we have I have other people in the studios with us as well, and they said the same thing. They're seeing a big difference
Huge
in
turnout.
the involvement.
Absolutely.
with the community. So we got to keep that going.
Keep it going, absolutely. I think it needs to be part of our daily life.
It should be.
If we really look back and think, I can't remember what, this is totally off my little script, right? But I can't remember what country it was, and you might even pop in here, but just from learning more about world events, from doing some intelligence digging on Telegram and some other places that I watch, one of the countries, I'm going to say it's Vietnam, but I could be totally wrong, that it is mandatory after you graduate high school to serve 2 years in the military. Mm-hmm. And wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not only for our youth growing up, but to have, training for, in case we need it, right? Yeah. For reasons domestic or foreign. And then also, give us some world experience if we are able to travel, if we see other countries. I think that's just such a shortcoming, is we really don't see how bad it is elsewhere to appreciate how great it is in America.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And the younger generation, too. I heard somebody say once, and it actually really upset me at first, but now it kind of resonates, that the younger generation has never experienced war firsthand. We had Afghanistan and some things like that happening in the 90s when we were younger. And we know people who, PTSD and soldiers, veterans, people who didn't make it home, things like that. And today's generation doesn't have really anything major like that, Vietnam size. And it really kind of disconnects you from how important it is to have a strong military, and how important it is to understand why we are in these wars. And that's a story for another day, because, oh my goodness, I've learned so many horrific things about why we really were in some of these wars. And we need to appreciate our veterans. My husband and I get sick, and I'm totally off script here now. We get sick when we see the commercials, the Tunnel for Towers and all of these. How in the world are we not 100% invested in taking care of our veterans when they come home? Yeah. 100%. And then we keep talking about this, the illness and the jabs that are out here now. I saw a figure the other day, 4.4 plus million people a year die of starvation on our planet. And the cure is called food.
Yeah, exactly.
Why in the heck are we focused on this little microcosm that has not increased our overall deaths? You're welcome to look it up. Is basically replaced the seasonal flu in numbers, almost 1 for 1. Why are we not focused on our veterans and those who need food?
Yeah, the ones that went out there and put their lives up for us.
So out of whack.
It is,
yeah,
most definitely.
So out of whack.
I see that, and I think to myself, how do you turn a blind eye to that? I mean,
oh my gosh.
And we have the means to help these people, but we don't. And it's a slap in the face, kind of. It really
oh my
is.
Gosh, it totally is. So that's another one of those big things that we'll tackle, right? Once we're, of course, from the school board, I'll still tackle it. I'll take care of it.
Well, we'll be working on a lot of things together, I'm sure. So
well, for sure. And I am involved in as much as I possibly can be, and I'm excited to learn more about the new veterans facility there right past Perky's at Alta Vista.
Yes.
My husband actually dumps their trash, so he comes home and reports to me. And they do have volunteer opportunities available down there to help on the farm and help with property, things like that. So as soon as I get past this election, you'll be seeing me down there a lot more often. I just unfortunately don't have the time right now besides attending community events and campaigning.
Have you been down there?
I have not.
It is a neat facility. I went and visited it a while back.
Right.
And
when Ben Carson, you got to go when Ben Carson was there.
I didn't go then.
That one. Okay.
Not on that one, but like before that I did go. And it is a neat facility, and they're doing great things down there. So,
That's so great.
It's awesome. Yeah,
That's
we
great.
need more and more stuff like that.
For sure, for sure. So I know I mentioned the Board of Supervisors meeting tonight. I will not be in attendance, but I am actually honored and excited to say that I was invited by our U.S. Congressman Bob Good to attend an educational roundtable meeting tonight in Manita. So I'm super excited. I'm just a candidate, and I've been personally invited to join this roundtable. So that just means the world to me. And of course, got Bob's support, of course. And our Campbell County School Board meeting's coming up, guys. It's Monday. So 6 days from today, Monday night at 6:30, it's October 11th. I do not have a confirmed location yet from the school board or the administration. The email that I was sent had no location mentioned, so I have posted on my campaign Facebook page, if it's up, right? Yay, Facebook was down yesterday. Everybody freaked out a little bit. I heard they were able to scrub out some of the bad stuff. I know folks are paying attention now that they've been promoting some bad things for our children. They've been censoring things regarding campaigns. And I heard a lot of people probably have, that the FBI was at their doors yesterday, and they did some scrubbing. So hopefully they scrubbed the right things.
Some things they did not.
Yeah,
we lost some of our segments.
That's what you said.
And I'm shocked because our segment, there's nothing wrong with our segments. They're all just, normal talk and
they probably used AI, that wonderful artificial intelligence that's so smart.
Yeah, that it pulls off.
That's why search engines
stuff.
pull up what you're looking for every single time, don't they?
Yeah, I was looking
instead of
on
5 pages down, you finally find it.
And I was looking online. I'm thinking, where did all of our segments go that were on there? And they were just gone.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I got backups. No worries.
Yeah, awesome. So we'll be reposting.
That's right.
Some, if in case you missed them before, they'll be back up.
That's right. They will be. That's a good point you brought that up, because I will be reposting them. So if you see the same ones pop up,
just look at the date.
That's it. Just check the date out. And if you've viewed it already, move on to the next one. But we have to repost them. And we will.
Cool.
So.
That's cool. And I'd like to encourage people to consider signing up to speak. What a lot of people don't realize, and I learned through this whole process, is you don't have to even be a citizen of Campbell County to speak at a Campbell County school board meeting. We can cross lines. We can cross state lines and sign up and speak. They can deny you for, I believe, any reason. I don't see it in the policy, but I've been told that you can be declined. So far, to my knowledge, no one has been declined in Campbell County. We know that it's happening in Lynchburg City schools, every single meeting, which again is tonight. I'm glad I thought about that. I didn't put it on my list. Lynchburg school board meeting is also tonight, because I invited Andrew Glover to go to the educational roundtable with me, but he'll be at the Lynchburg City School Board meeting tonight, and I do not have the time and the location, but if you need it, Andrew Glover and Lynchburg Conservative Parents Facebook pages, and of course you can always do a search for Lynchburg City School Board meeting and today's date and to get that information. Please attend. If you cannot sign up to speak, please attend. Attendance is an action. That is you taking action, and it makes an impact. It truly makes an impact. Clap for the speakers, even though the guy with the gavel is going to tell you not to clap, right? Oh, yeah. You can clap while I'm walking back to my seat.
That's right.
It's not interrupting any part of the process.
I love when they do that, though. When people start clapping and hitting that thing, it's like,
yes,
it's like they don't want anybody happy.
But I understand. Yeah, I know. And
you're clapping, you're happy. No.
Yeah, and I mean, I totally understand too. My husband being a referee for a high school league and things like that, I understand you don't want to keep amping up, and have that momentum and energy, and then have it end up being nefarious in some way. But it really is actually rude the way that the gavel holder, and I won't, for anybody who's been there, we all know who I'm talking about, and I'm not trying to be mean regarding him personally. I don't know him personally at all, but there is a professional and a polite way. Which seems to be extended to some and not to others, which was also, just not appropriate. Very polite to me, and I hope it's because they know I'll be joining them soon.
Probably.
I've had nothing but politeness, absolutely across the board.
It's funny, in the positions that we are running for these positions, people do tend to. You can tell they're being nice to you, probably because in the back of their mind, in the back of their mind, they're going, "I better be nice because I'll be working with that person soon."
Yeah, and we're not going in to do anything harmful. We're coming in to help fix the things
and do
that
the
we
right
can see
thing
from the outside.
That's right.
I've had a lot of folks send me detailed questions so that they can find out more about who I am, what my qualifications are personally or professionally, where I stand on certain things and how I'm going to fix certain things or how I'm going to address things once I'm in office. The issue is we can only see what's available that you can see.
That's right.
Teachers don't come and tell me. I have family members and students and parents come to me, but not teachers, because they're still working for the school board system and they're afraid of any negative retaliation, which has got to be changed. I know that's tough all across any type of corporate America, right? But we've got to have a safer and a more neutral place for folks to complain, whether they're students, teachers, faculty, have open lines of communication without any fear of negative retaliation or not getting a promotion the next time because they spoke out against something. Yeah. Free speech is in the Constitution, people.
Yes, it is.
Now, it would be different if they're being disrespectful, or I can't think of the word. What's the word when your employee is being...
Belligerent? Not belligerent.
Insubordinate.
Yeah, insubordinate.
Be different if they were being insubordinate, right? Or, forming their own coup or whatever it might be to overtake. But I have always been that person, guys. I can give you 1,000 examples in my life, even when I was shy, if you can believe I used to be shy, that secretaries in my office, at a retail office, I used to work for a retail office in Bethesda, D.C. and Vienna, for commercial retail space, high rises, things like that. All the secretaries, they call me. I don't know what it is. I'm just that person everybody calls me. I don't even make eye contact in the store and people come up and tell me that their boyfriend's in jail or whatever. I'm just that person. And I guess I listen, right? Like my opponent said after the last meeting, she was there to listen. Trust me, I listen to a lot of things. And I lost my train of thought. Here we go. On the listening thing.
About people being open to coming to you with issues.
Yes, come to issues. So they all come to me, hey, we're not happy with our supervisor. Let's just all walk. Yeah. Well, no, let's write down our grievances, have a meeting with our supervisor. If we don't get any response, then we go to the person above her.
That's right. Next step.
Yeah, absolutely, which would be the boss of the company in that situation.
A lot of people now,
and then they tuck their tail, and I'm the one standing there with their list of grievances, but I have no problem reading it and telling them. And, I wouldn't say Louis said this because you're over there, tucking your tail in that situation. But I do say that this office provided this list of complaints in this office, because we had 3 offices. I've always been the person who's willing to stand up for others who are afraid to speak for themselves.
And that's a good thing, because there's a lot of people that are scared, like you said, they're scared to come to other people with certain issues because they're worried about retaliation. And
children.
It shouldn't be that way.
My children have have accepted religious exemptions to not wear their masks in school, and they are afraid of retaliation or discipline at school. So they wear them anyway, unless they feel comfortable with a specific teacher. That is just so wrong.
Yeah.
And I just feel for them. Think of the stress we have put on our children.
Yeah.
Not we, but the government has put on our children. So with a segue on that, I want to mention that you can sign up to speak at Campbell County by noon on Friday. And we're going to drop in the description the email for Tracy Dobbins at the administration office. You just email her between now and Friday morning at noon. Anyone, please. Any citizen, anyone who's unenrolled their schools, I really feel it's important for you, even if it was in the last 2 years, come and speak and just mention why you unenrolled your schools. What took confidence away from Campbell County Public Schools, and put it on the record, so that we can address it.
Do you think we're going to get any responses back this go round from the board?
No, sir, not at all. I have heard, some folks speculate that they might be under a gag order. I
thought that too. I've heard that from other people too. Same thing.
But then why wouldn't they add to that statement a good lawyer? Yeah. And wink, wink. I don't care. I can say that if I want to. A good lawyer. I'm not even a lawyer, but I would add to that statement that at our legal counsel's advice.
That's right.
We are to make no other comments other than read you this statement, and that's not how it's being presented.
No, why wouldn't they do that? It's like they're hiding it.
And the thing is I really don't think they know. Well, now let's go back to this. When people, even prior to me even considering being a member of the school board, years ago, people would always blame the schools. They're teaching their kids this, teaching their kids that, which they have been. It really has been. Even before we were in school, they were changing our textbooks. who has the time to read these textbooks? We can't read these textbooks.
No.
And we're not CIA intelligence trained to recognize any nuances of, unless it's blatant. We don't recognize the nuances that are in these textbooks regarding Marxism or socialism, or if they change something. I'm 55 years old. I remember, and I have read a lot of things since then about Robert E. Lee, which is the high school that I graduated from in Fairfax County, which is no longer called Robert E. Lee High School, that I have learned so much about Robert E. Lee. But there's a lot of contradictory information in different textbooks and in different information that I am finding. So how do we know what is accurate?
That's right.
Or what was first written, hopefully would be the most accurate, but then folks put their own twist, and then, you know what I'm saying? So it's continued and continued. So I'm trying to defend a little bit the folks that are our leaders. They don't have time to read these textbooks either. So I did reach out, by the way. I emailed my school board member and asked for our curriculum and our reading lists. I did not hear back for quite a few days, so I emailed again and asked for a response by end of business that day. I was referred to the assistant superintendent. I'll get all their names wrong, but Mr. Sisk. But Mr. Stanley is who reached back out to me the very next day, called me. I was actually sitting at the polls, so I was literally, stone's throw from his office when he called me. And he said, we don't actually have a list that he can send us regarding curriculum or reading lists, but I can go to the Virginia Department of Education's website and search by subject matter to see the textbooks for the different age groups. So that is 100% unequivocal proof that Campbell County is teaching whatever Richmond
That's right.
is teaching, is recommending be taught. Yeah. I know the drill, guys. I don't have the inside scoop because I'm not on the inside. I'll have it soon. But we know that they're probably getting a huge discount on ordering books that are approved by VDOE because they could sell them in bulk. We all understand the bulk discounts. However, to not have anyone, and if I learn that anyone has suggested a different set of curriculum, I will absolutely let everyone know. But to my knowledge and to all of the research I've done and all the people that I've asked and spoken with, teachers, students, others, I don't believe anyone's ever suggested a different curriculum. We've just done whatever Richmond said. Yeah. And that's sad to me.
Yeah, that needs to stop.
So the reading list, I was told that each individual librarian can request funds to order whatever books that she feels would be beneficial for the students of her school, and that is approved by the principal. So I was very concerned, as everyone is probably who's listening to me on the podcast,
okay.
or probably school board people, right, or people concerned about what's happening in our schools, have seen the Fairfax County parents, Virginia Beach parents, and Loudoun County parents showing these books that are too embarrassing to even discuss on a podcast being in their children's schools. One parent actually commented on a Facebook post regarding one of these books and was told by her 11th grader that they were given that book and asked to write a paper about it, including, I'll use the word fantasizing about sexuality that they would not share with their parents in a Virginia high school 11th grade class.
That teacher should be going.
I've asked too. I said, "Do we have any radical librarians?" Well, of course he's going to say no. How would he know?
This was a librarian, not a teacher.
No. So I was asking for our reading lists to see if these books were in our schools.
Okay.
We don't have a concise list from what I was told because the librarians kind of have free range of what books are in their individual schools.
So they could very well be in our schools.
Could be.
Okay.
So I sent him some of the links to some of the podcasts and the snippets that we've seen. And very quickly, I did get a response that none of those titles were on our shelves.
Okay.
So I'm hopeful that that's the truth, that's accurate.
Gotcha.
That's my hope. That's what I'm hoping. Okay. I also want to throw out, I know we're getting towards the end of this, I want to throw out, if you haven't seen it, that McAuliffe actually has gone on record with a lot of statements against the school board and for the school board, against our parents, and has said things such as The Virginia Department of Employment and school boards decide what is taught in our schools, not the parents. He also admitted on WSET last night, 6 o'clock news, I was watching with my husband. He actually was proud that when a bill was presented to him to allow parents to choose the books in our schools, that he proudly vetoed it because parents should not be deciding what books are in our schools. So I just want to throw that in there as we're getting towards the end. And we were going to talk about the treasure hunt a little bit too. And you guys all might as well drop out because I'm going to win. This will be my first. My son Matthew, who's a senior at Brookville, we sat together and listened to the podcast on Monday actually because they were out of school. Yeah. Which always blows my mind. Why are we out of school the Monday before Columbus Day and then we go to school on frickin' Columbus Day? It's a federally recognized national holiday. But anyway.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do, and we talked about this before we started the podcast.
Yeah, so I'm going to get out my list.
Lynchburg Treasure Hunt group. We've started our next treasure hunt. And on the last podcast we did last Friday, what we're having you do is go on to the Lynchburg Treasure Hunt group page, Facebook page, and in the comment sections, ask questions that we can answer back to you yes or no to help everyone try to locate this certificate that we have hidden. Mm-hmm. So I've asked, and since we're doing this podcast today, we're going to have another one on Friday, and Sean's going to be involved in that one to give out the regular clues.
Do we need Sean to answer the questions, or do you have all the answers?
I got the answer. Okay. No one knows where this certificate is hidden but me.
Okay.
No one. So,
what happens if you get knocked down?
Oh, yeah, God forbid. If something happens to me, the treasure hunt's over.
Okay.
And I'm very sorry, but it's not that I don't trust anybody, but sometimes people slip and say things. So
for sure.
Even Cindy don't know where it's at.
Okay, I was going to ask. I'll just come and have Cindy give me the ring.
No, nobody knows where it's at but me, so just hope nothing happens to me, because if it does, the hunt's over.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to have Ann do is read out a couple of the questions that you all have posted, and I'm going to answer them yes or no.
Okay.
To end this segment, and then on Friday when Sean is back in with us, we're going to do our regular podcast with the regular clues that we're going to be giving out. So.
Okay.
Let's do three.
Three? Okay.
Can't be any questions that you have, because it seems a little hokey if I'm answering the questions you've already posted.
I did ask one question, but you can maybe read that on Friday.
He's going to pick them Friday. He's going to actually randomly pick them Friday, but they have to be yes or no questions.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me a question.
Right. Question number 1 from Heather Fector. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Is it within 2 miles of your pawn shop?
Okay, 2
That's
miles.
Good. I like that one.
No.
All right.
And that kind of eliminates a lot of the other questions that people posted. Actually, so in yours too.
It does for mine, yeah, for sure.
All right.
But helps hem us in, right? We know now we know it's not right here near us.
That's right.
Stevie or Stevie Smith, is it on the ground?
Yes.
I like it. Third one from Marie Evans. Is it near a school?
I don't believe so.
I love when you pause. We make notes on mine when you pause. I'm like, it's got to be right on the line somewhere.
I don't believe it is near a school, so I'm going to say no to that one.
Okay.
When you say near, does that mean right near?
I know everyone's near is relative. Yeah. I would say that you could see the school or throw a football at it.
No to that one.
I like the throw a football rule for near.
Yeah, no, that's a no.
Okay. So the three questions were, is it within 2 miles? The answer was no. Is it on the ground? The answer was yes. And is it near a school? The answer is no.
That's right.
All right.
And then on Friday, we'll have Sean back in.
I'm going to have to watch my own podcast to write down those notes.
Right. And everyone, again, have fun and keep it positive as usual, like everyone has been doing. This has actually been probably the best one. Every time we do one of these, it gets better and better, these treasure hunts. And so we're going to keep doing them. Even after I'm elected and you're elected, I think we should all still do these. I mean,
absolutely,
we'll find some time to put these out there and have enjoying things for people to do out there. So
for sure, and just like any other time, when you drive around the county or drive around, you see things that you wouldn't have normally seen.
That's true, because now you're homing in on everything.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, thank you for listening in, and be looking for these podcasts. We're going to put them out once a week, and everybody enjoy your week and have fun. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.